Well, I think we can all agree that Martin Scorsese is a white man, right? I mean, I know we all know it. It's very clear to see. But I think we can also all agree that Martin Scorsese is a testament to filmmaking and is one of the greatest filmmakers of our time. It's like Mel Brooks, right? Mel Brooks is fucking, they're both around the fucking same age, for God's sake, and they're both still making great works of art because they're still doing what they love to do. So I would never wish any ill will on them because of the color of their skin. Anybody because of the color of their skin nowadays in 2023 leading up to 2020 fucking 4. So with that said, Killers of the Flower Moon was a fantastic film. I really enjoyed it. You know, it is a bit long, and I was surprised that it wasn't released on like Netflix or something like he did The Irishman. But I also didn't know that it was an Apple Plus original production. So I guess it's on Apple TV probably when it was also released in theaters, but it felt more like a theatrical production. But I would have assumed because it's almost 4 hours long, you might as well put it on Netflix at least. But I digress. But it was a fantastic film. I felt like I was engaged the entire time. I have nothing bad to say, honestly, about the film. I thought it was a lot of fun. The only dragging bit was the part where Leonardo DiCaprio, his character Ernest, was drugging his wife, Molly, played by Lily Gladstone. I felt like that sequence was the only part that kind of dragged on. But everything else, it was just really, it was like a play. Borderline a play, between a play and a movie, of course. But so it follows Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro plays his character William Hale, and Leonardo plays his character Ernest. And Ernest is the nephew of William Hale, of Robert De Niro. And he comes to live with his uncle, and he finds out that there's a lot of native Indian Osage people in their area, given that a lot of them have the inheritance of the oil that they had found. So apparently a lot of the Osage people, years ago had found petroleum oil in their land. So now leading up to it, because this is like the 1920s, right? 1930s or whatever. And so, people are actually, these Indians are actually wealthy. They have money, property, land, everything. They have it all. So a lot of white people were jealous and fucking wanted nothing more than that money or a cut of that money, because obviously they didn't like these savages, and it's just they would kill and fucking steal from these people, and it was crazy. But rewinding it back, the character Molly, right, played by Lily Gladstone, so she ends up meeting Leonardo and they end up falling in love, and she has this small family mainly of sisters, but they also have a mom, and their mom has the inheritance of the land that they had from their ancestors from where the oil was. So William Hale, right, devises this plan to murder all the sisters, and he gets Ernest, Leonardo, to join in and pretty much help murder all these sisters of this family, pretty much to gain all the money from the inheritance. And it is pretty sad. It's a very sad movie, but it's just very well shot, well directed, well acted. It's just good. But it really I believe Martin Scorsese really honestly was able to physically, with this movie, I don't know how the book is. I'd be interested to read the book, right? The book was by David Graham. It's the Killers of the Flower Moon, the Osage Murders, and the Birth of the FBI. But maybe reading it would also clearly draw a line between protecting the Osage Indians and being their friends, to befriending the Osage people, and actually wanting nothing more than to hurt and steal and rob from these, and murder these people. And the line really shows, or the characters and the acting and the story really showed how easy it was to fall on either side of that line, or to be on both sides simultaneously and really feel like you're there, for them, but you're not. Like, I mean, that's kind of how Leonardo DiCaprio, I would say, was, because, like I said, he eventually did try to poison his wife after William was able to kill her family. Leonardo does, in fact, poison her slowly. And it's just, like I said, that was the only slow part, because it's like, I mean, they could have done more exposition stuff, I guess, or like some more stuff going on. But I guess this is where they had to put those scenes to show you like how he really did love her. They have kids, they have a family, but he's also poisoning her. That way she can't speak or go and try to find help, or go and try to, do something to prevent them from getting that money and, collecting her inheritance. So it's just crazy. after the FBI get involved, right? Because shit's just getting out of hand. There's too many murders. Not only are the Osage people being murdered, but then there's also these other white people that are being murdered because they're either helping or being befriended by their former white friends or employers that they now know are working against them. It's a lot of shit. So when the FBI ends up coming in and like trying to bring everything to trial, Leonardo ends up switching sides to say, all right, well, yeah, I'm actually being blackmailed and I'm being forced, but I'm also agreeing, to help murder this woman's family. It is crazy how everything just kind of falls into place like that. Like he didn't have to help. He could have just said, fuck it, but obviously he had a conscience and he had a reason to be against his uncle, And that's, of course, when Brendan Fraser shows up. He plays the law attorney for William Hale, trying to fight, saying that he is just a good man. He wanted nothing more to help these Osage people. He had nothing to do with these murders. These were people that were these being framed and whatnot, and his character is so funny. He does a great job playing a overzealous fucking lawyer back in those days. He's just, fuck these Indians, doesn't matter, fucking, you dumb boy. How he says it. But, it's like, he doesn't even care about these Indians folks. Like, there's no way we can lose type thing, He was the perfect candidate. He understood the assignment, as people were saying, because a lot of people are getting upset that he would play such a role. But it's like, if Martin Scorsese asks you to play a role, you fucking play the role, right? And you play it to the best of your ability. And he definitely played it to the best of his ability, and he knocked it out of the park. And then, of course, at the end of the movie, they lose. Brendan Fraser fucking loses, so I don't know what they're fucking complaining about. But William Hale ends up being convicted. Leonardo ends up being convicted as well because he was aiding and abetting, even though he got shorter sentencing, of course, because he confessed and all that bullshit. But like I said, it did show, and of course, everyone gets their comeuppance in the end, but it just shows that not everyone was a piece of shit white person. I mean, they were, but not all of them were. Or at least some were redeemed in the end, or some found redemption, or some were restored in the end and were able to be forgiven or forgave themselves or whatever, whatever you want to say. There's no reason to hate everybody, and there's no reason to just assume the worst of everybody, especially in this time. We're past all that. I know there's still things going on, but it's nowhere near as extreme as it used to be. So I feel like things are so much better. And that movie just, like I said, it showed it's very easy to fall on either side of those lines. Congratulations, Martin. I hope you keep doing this. I hope you keep making films until you can't, and congratulations. Killers of the Flower Moon, definitely going to have to read the book. Check it out. Like I said, once it comes on to streaming, I'm pretty sure a lot more people will watch it because no one wants to sit in a theater for 4 hours. But you know what? Fuck it. It wasn't bad. I liked it. This has been Ghost from the Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving, early Thanksgiving. Hope you're ready for all the turkey and stuffing and deliciousness, and just to be thankful that you're here, you're healthy, you're alive, and you have your friends, family, loved ones, spouses, partners, significant others, however you want to say it. Love you all. Until next time.